Hello, so in this video I'm going to talk about the basic stuff in Java. So this is a video to the people who are entirely new to programming and coding. So if you already know some coding, you're not gonna want to see this, but you still can't see it if you feel like, I don't know, if you feel like to see it. Okay, so right now I'm going to talk about the various parts of Java and this program right here, and I'm gonna also teach you how to code. So first of all, this is called a console, so this is where you will get the output, and this is the main place where you'll be coding, and these are items which you really don't want to know, and that's the outline of the code. Like when you create a variable, or when you do that, it goes to basic introduction. When you click on main, it goes to the main. Okay, so let me first talk about the basic structure of the programming language. Yeah, so public means it is visible to everyone. It is still visible to everyone, but in the computer sense, it is visible to all the other files, like these files, and these files. Those are all Java programs. These files, and these files, and those files. Yeah, so to all these files, this code will be visible, so we can do stuff using this in other files. Yeah. A class is like a group, so basically Java is object-oriented programming, which means you can create objects from classes. You really won't understand this right now, but you'll know how to use it later on. But for now, let me just say this. So class is a group and object is a part of the class. For example, people is the class, men is an object, women is an object, boys is an object, girls is an object. So those four subdivisions are objects, and the main heading is the class. So for example, we can say people, okay, and we'll say there are people like men, women, and boys. So these are some basic stuff which you will require to know right now, but that's the outline of what you'll be needing. I mean, what you have to know. So inside of there, so we created a class called Basic Introduction. So every time you do coding in Java, you have to create a class, and the class will be named by the name of the file which you want to save it as. So when you want to create a new Java class, then you'll have to right click on the packages, new class, and it's going to ask for the name. So a class's name will be the same name as you enter a word right here. Okay, close that because I don't want to create one. And okay, so every class, every executable program, note the term executable program, because not every file is necessary to have a main method. So for now, we need a main method. So public, as usual, visible. Static is something quite confusing to a lot of people, so I'm not gonna teach you about that right now, but I will talk through about it later. Void means it returns nothing. Think about it. Void, nothing, empty. So every function should return something, like return say 90, so it's going to give you back 90, but you won't get it right now. It's fine, it's totally fine, you're just new, so I'm not trying to discourage you, but I'm just trying to go over the structure of the program. Main is the is the name of the method which every Java file will look for. It's gonna execute whatever is inside the main, and those parameters here, you don't need to worry about them right now. You can, I will teach you later. So first of all, we have been through all of that. It is confusing, I know, but to raise your confidence level, let's go ahead and type something in the console with this line of code. This is your first program. Hooray. System.out.println print in, say hello world, or let's just say hello Java, better. Okay, so what this does is it prints out the stuff onto the console. So out is the output and system is the class. Okay, you won't get it right now, but that's totally fine. Out is the console, and print line prints it on. Line means it goes to the next line after printing it. So any other thing which you print it will go to the next line too. Hello Java. Okay, whatever you want to put into the console, it should be in double quotes. Okay, so if you remove the double quotes, as you can see, then it points out an error saying multiple markers at this line, syntax error token Java, delete this token, hello cannot be resolved. So it's just saying that it cannot, it is not able to find what hello in Java are. If it is inside the quotes, then it understands that we want to print it out, so it doesn't need to care about it. Okay, so, and the semicolon is to end a sentence, like, I love this, I love Java, period. So instead of period, you put a semicolon. Make sense? Nice. So that, I'm gonna take some notes, okay? I'm gonna take some notes. So this is my first code in Java. Okay, so while we run this, it doesn't give us any error. How does this know what this and this and my are? Well, this is a note because we put that double slash. The program ignores this. That's why it's in gray. Well, I made it gray, so in the settings, you go to window and all that crap. Okay, so this is ignored by the compiler, by the computer. It is ignored because it is with double slashes. If you want to make it a multi-line comment, then you gotta do that and open, and then say, hi, this is Akash, and I am happy to blah 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 blah. Okay? So this is a multi-line comment. Okay, so this is a single line. If you go to the next line, it is not gray anymore. It is black. So if you want a multi-line comment, it should be slash asterisk, and then asterisk asterisk asterisk. I don't think you need the asterisk because it is not necessary to have an asterisk, but it is a good practice to follow it. As you can see, it's still in gray. But if you remove that, then it's going to show an error because you need to end the comment, end the multi-line comment by reversing that, okay? Makes sense? Okay, nice. So, I hope it does because, well, I'm teaching it like your guys are beginners, so you should get the hang of it in the next few minutes or so, okay? So having done that, every programming language has something called variable, okay? What is a variable? Well, it is a, okay, think about this in this way. This is a, let me add a comment because I is a math equation, okay? It's going to be x equals 9 plus 4, okay? X equals 13. So what does this do? Well, it says x has the value 13. Okay, that's in math. But in Java, it's different. Let's just remove that. We don't need it. Okay, it's showing an error saying that x cannot be resolved to a variable. Well, in Java and in most of the object-oriented programming languages, you need to define what type of variable is x. So it can be an integer, it can be a character, it can be a long integer, it can be a short integer. So we need to define it. Let's say it's short for now because it's just 13, okay? Or we can say it is just an integer, or we can say it is a long integer, or we can say it is a double long, double means really long, or we can say it is a floating point, or we can go ahead and just say it is an integer like that, but that's totally a different topic to cover. So let me talk about this. We'll do that, okay, for now. So what this says is x. So this code tells the computer, hey, I'm creating a variable called x, and x is an integer. So x has the value 13. Well, in a better way, I'm going to say right now. So the integer x has the value 13. The integer x has the value 13. Okay? There we go. So that's what this line of code says. Integer is from negative 32,000 to a positive 32,000 something. It's not exact, but it is somewhere around that. It's somewhere around 32,000. And short is somewhere around, I don't know, but short is short. That's all we need to know right now. So short is short. And x equals 9. Well, it shows an error right now. So duplicate local variable x. So duplicate. We created another x value. Well, we cannot create another x value because there's already an x value called 13. So can we have, in math, can we have two values for x for an equation? For example, x is equal to 4 plus 7. So x is equal to 11. Can we say x is equal to 13 and x is equal to 11? No. So that's the same thing with Java. You cannot declare more than one same type of more than one variable which has the exact same name. So we can go ahead and say short y is equal to 9. Well, that totally makes sense. Now it's not showing any error. Okay, so what if we want to print this out to the console? Well, we have to do system.out.print line open quotes and let's say x. Oops, that was not what we needed. Well, that's what we learned like a few minutes ago. We learned that if you want to print it to a console, then we have to put it in quotes. But why is it not printing at 13? Well, what Java does is it prints out all the stuff inside of the quotes directly to the console. Okay, so even if we put that, just prints that piece of blink onto the console. So we don't want that.